What's going on, YouTube? Mr. Wheels here with another episode of Sports Talk. A little bit of a change of pace with this episode. Rather than talk about a sports topic going on in the news right now or about a certain sport, I would rather take this opportunity to talk about the world of sports video games and specifically NHL 14 and what could be done to the EA Sports NHL franchise in the future. Now, for those of you that don't know, the big feature this year with EA Sports NHL 14 is in Be a Pro mode, you get to live the life, is what they're calling it. And this is a really good, it's been done before in Madden games actually. They've really expanded Be a Player mode. And there's been a lot of hype. They say you get to talk to the media. Well, I've watched the video. You can go to easports.com and watch the stuff that I watched. And basically, I thought it was going to be something like what NBA 2K has done with their career mode or Be a Player or My Player or whatever it's called, where you have to do GM interviews and media and it's all animated and they ask you certain questions. Well, it's not quite like that with from what I know with this new NHL 14. What seems like is going to happen is when you talk to the media, it'll just be a question in text. It'll not be an animated cutscene. It won't be. There won't be any animation involved. And really, I think that's something that's lacking from a lot of EA Sports games is the way they bring their presentation of certain things into their game, and their secondary modes in a lot of their games are really lacking. And the main part of this video, I'm going to talk about a possible collaboration between EA Sports and 2K Sports, because there hasn't been a hockey game from 2K Sports since 2009, and 2009 came out on the Wii, so really hasn't been since 2008 on PS3 or Xbox 360. But first of all, let me tell you that the other features in EA Sport or NHL 14, there's going to be new features to trading in GM mode and connected GM mode. It's going to be easier to make trades. You can do trade proposals. You're going to be able to do it from a cell phone. It's going to be a lot easier. What else? The hitting and collision physics are going to be a lot better. And check out the videos at easports.com. It's going to be really improved. They're really going to do a really good job with that, or they have done a really good job with it. The goalies, for probably the first time ever, the goalies are live, or what they're calling, what they're saying is that the goalies are live. They can be ran into. The collisions involve the goalies. Hopefully, that won't take away from the goalies making really good saves and being able to make good positional saves, but it's a new feature and it's exciting. And finally, with the new features, there's new stick skill features, mainly stuff like poke checking and face-offs, and these are all things that really needed a major overhaul. And with that being said, I want to talk right now about first of all, I want to say that, check out EA or NHL 14 It's going to be awesome. I know I'm going to buy it. But what I want to talk about is a possible future collaboration, the possibility of a future collaboration with 2K Sports and EA Sports, because here's the thing. EA Sports, year after year, they are known for good, solid gameplay, and they update and improve their in-game features in a lot of their modes, a lot of their main modes every year. Happens every year, and that's not an issue. EA Sports is also good at acquiring licenses, as we've seen with international leagues. The elite leagues is what I mean. They have full Olympic team rosters. They can't use the Olympic sweaters, but the teams are still in there. And who could forget a couple years ago using the CHL teams, getting the rights to the CHL and all the upcoming stars in Canadian junior hockey. Now, the thing that I find EA Sports really is lacking, and I doubt they're going to really make any improvements to it. It's possible with the new engines that their presentation features in the game will improve, but we may not see that for a couple years. And for as long as the PS3 has been out, the game has really had good gameplay, but really lacked in presentation. And and to use an example, that's like Be a Pro and GM mode. They could do so much more. Things that have been done, things that 2K has done with their secondary modes and their presentations of games were so much better. And that's why I think if EA Sports, collaborated with 2K Sports and EA focused on the gameplay and the main modes of the game, the animation, the gameplay, the stuff that they're known for, and 2K Sports focused on the presentation, making it look like you're actually watching a hockey game. Incorporating things that they've done with 2K or NBA 2K with that series. If you just watch that game going into like the pregame stuff, it looks like you're actually at a full live real life basketball game. And 2K Sports, don't get me wrong, like in their hockey games, the main gameplay was not very good. Their animation wasn't that great, but the one thing they were able to do was bring in a really good presentation factor with some of their older games like 2K7, 2K8. They had that Zamboni mini game where you could flood the ice. Like, how awesome would that be if EA and 2K could collaborate and you'd have all the best features from EA, and then you'd be able to do that like an updated version of that Zamboni flooding the ice thing. And the other thing 2K was, they did it, but they didn't execute it well, was they had legendary teams, not just it's one team that says Legends and has like half of the current stars like EA has. EA has tried to bring Legends into their game, and don't get me wrong, they got Gretzky, Lemieux, all that, but 2K Sports did it better because they actually had full teams. Like you could unlock like the 93 Leafs, the 93 Canadians, LA when they were good, Chicago, some of Chicago's best teams, Boston's best teams. The list goes on and on and on. And I mean, they haven't done it in a few years, so think of the teams that they could add if there was a collaboration. And it doesn't have to necessarily be Stanley Cup champion winning teams. It could be just teams that people remember and were really good. And the other, like with 2K Sports, they were unable to get the license when they did have the Legends teams, unless the players were still playing in the NHL at that, like during that year, let's say you were Boston, Bobby Orr would just be known as number 4. So again, if they collaborated, EA could probably get the license to, have Bobby Orr be Bobby Orr. And not saying that 2K wouldn't be able to do that. They've done it with their NBA series. But the reason I'm focusing on hockey here is because, there's really only one hockey game, and 2K is not really much of a competitor for EA. So why wouldn't they collaborate? Like, I think video game fans would really benefit from this, because EA can't give fans everything they want, or at least if they could, they're not doing it. And I really think that 2K, on the presentation side would really help EA in their game development, and it would be awesome. Like, let's face the facts here. 2 companies who are rivals in, other sports genres, with other sports games, could collaborate on a game that where there's really not going to be much competition. And I just think it would be awesome. So, as always, those are just my opinions on it. I just wanted to get it out there and change things up, talk about a different subject for once, and let me know what you think. Slap the like button, subscribe if you want to. I'll see you next time.